Hello, my kings and queens. It is King Casey, also known as Casey Valancourt, Emo Casey, ACK, Super Saiyan Fit, Athena, and I already know you miss me. It's okay. We have a lot to catch up on. I think my last post was maybe 2 years ago, and I've been inactive on my King Casey account for 2 years. Like, that's a wild thing to say because what even happened in 2 years? You guys already know that I take breaks often from social media, YouTube, Instagram, whatever it is, but this one was different. You may ask why, and the truth is I caught COVID, and that changed my life. Now hear me out. For me, my COVID experience was more of a mental thing, I guess you could say. But stay tuned and we will get into all of that. How cute's my t-shirt, by the way? I found these cute t-shirts. Majin Buu, my favorite villain of the whole Dragon Ball saga. Let me know in the comments who your favorite villain of Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z was. So I guess we can start again from the beginning. First things first, if you're new to my channel, my name is Casey and I am based in Sydney, Australia. I create videos based around my experiences and my upbringing and around the culture of Sydney. I'm a huge fitness lover. I'm a Muay Thai enthusiast and also a part-time menace to society. Now, let's address the big fat elephant in the room. So in 2020, the world was taken by storm due to this new deadly virus which claimed the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. I was one of the lucky ones to avoid the virus for the first year and a half, and unfortunately it caught up to me in January of 2022. A little bit about myself. If you don't know, I am actually an asthmatic. I was diagnosed when I was a child, and a lot of my childhood, I do remember asthma really affecting me. Like, I remember being short of breath. I remember relying on my puffers. I had like 2 or 3 different ones at the time, and I found it extremely hard to breathe sometimes. But I was one of those lucky ones that I guess managed their asthma, because as an adult, I have not touched my puffer. I don't have asthma attacks. I still can engage in physical activity quite strenuously and be okay. Yeah, so I guess I'm one of those lucky ones. I don't know, like, I'm not a medical professional. This is just things that I have done myself. So the things that I think helped my asthma was actually introducing swimming into my life and gradually increasing my fitness. So swimming was a huge part of my childhood. So I think that is something that is really good for lung health. Go do your research on it, because who the heck am I? Going back to COVID and the virus, people with medical conditions were seen as high risk, especially those that suffered from respiratory illnesses or diseases, for example, asthma. So I was considered in that high risk of getting the virus, first of all, and second of all, having bad symptoms or more life-threatening symptoms. But this was not the case for me. I'll tell you exactly what my symptoms were, and I'm actually going to be releasing a day-by-day vlog, because when I got the virus, I actually did vlog the whole experience, but it was only after recovering that my brain just did not work. So I didn't do anything with the footage. The first symptom that I actually had that I didn't think anything of at the time, but I thought it was kind of strange, was I got goosebumps. Yeah, I didn't think anything of it and just went about my day, finished training, had a shower, and then went home. Now, I think the second symptom for me was actually a fever at night in bed. I remember it was summer as well. I think this was like January of 2022. So it was hot, like 28, 29, 30 degree days. The nights were fairly hot as well, but I do remember getting into bed and feeling cold. Like, I wanted the heater on and I wanted a blanket on, but it was like 28 to 29 degrees. Weird, right? I remember taking my temperature, and I think at the time it was 32 or 34, and I was like, yeah, okay, I have a fever. I knew something wasn't right. I wasn't coughing or sneezing or anything of that. I woke up in the morning and then I told my mum what I had been feeling, and she was like, take a test. And I was kind of, at the time, I was like, you know, screw these tests. Like, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to fiddle with things that I'm not 100% sure about. But anyways, I took the test and then it came back positive. So yeah, I got it. I didn't suffer any coughing or sneezing, which I thought was strange because this whole time I was convinced that it was a flu and it's gonna attack your respiratory system, etc. Like, everything just came in that first 24 hours or 24 to 48 hours. And then after that, I was fine. Like, if you watch my vlog, you'll see how I physically was. And I looked at it back, and I think because we were like in lockdown and everything was raggedy, I was raggedy. So like my eyelash extensions had all fallen off except for like this one or two, which was hanging on by an eyelash, literally. So you may be saying to yourself, well, damn, Casey, that doesn't sound so bad. Like, why was this so life-changing? Uno momento, please. Because my fourth symptom didn't hit me until the end of isolation or whatever it was called. I need a drink. My mouth is dry. The symptom that literally changed my life was I lost my sense of taste and smell. And I know you may be like, that's not even a big deal. But wait, if you haven't lost your sense of smell or taste, you cannot talk, because this is something that you cannot articulate or express to somebody that hasn't been through it themselves. Okay, so loss of sense of smell and taste, not a big deal, right? Or the way that I thought about it, like attributing it to a cold or flu, is like, of course you're going to lose your sense of smell because you have a blocked nose. Duh. And if you lose your sense of smell, then you lose your sense of taste because they're directly linked to each other. Correct? Wrong. You're all wrong. Everybody was wrong. Maybe not everybody, but I was wrong. I was wrong for the fact that me losing my sense of smell and taste was not attributed to a blocked nose or anything of that sort. It was due to neurological damage, aka brain damage. Nobody explained this to me until I had to do my own damn research. Okay, how did I find out that I lost my sense of smell and taste? Because I was sitting there in my room, and I'm pretty sure I have the footage of this, eating a Wagyu steak, which my mum had cooked and perfectly prepared always. This is when I found out, because the night before we had the exact same food and it was like just delicious. And then the second day I ate the same steak and I couldn't taste anything. Like, it tasted like nothing. Cardboard. You know when people say things taste like cardboard? I know what they mean now. It was so strange. But anyways, yeah, that's how I found out. This virus that we were told that was a respiratory infection or whatever, also was a virus that could cause neurological damage, aka me. Another fun fact about me is that I love scents. I love perfumes, I love oils, I love essential oils, I love just anything that smells like fresh and natural and just, love it. Prior to actually losing my sense of smell, I would find different scents that I really, really liked, and like I would look at what it was that was in there that I liked. Do you know what I mean? Fun fact, one of my most favorite scents is actually bergamot. I would be able to smell different perfumes and be like, oh, I can sense a bit of bergamot in this, or I can sense oud in this, or I can sense like amber or something, you know. Like I was weird like that. The only way that I can describe this is that your world kind of goes dull. It's like, imagine seeing for your whole entire life and then you go blind. A lot of people will not truly understand how it mentally and emotionally affects you until you've gone through it. It's like you do lose a sense, you lose a part of yourself, you know. So yeah, I've previously mentioned that your sense of smell and sense of taste is directly linked to each other because it is part of what is called the olfactory system. So yeah, do some more research on that if you want. Otherwise, wait for my next video, which will go into a little bit more depth about what the olfactory system is and what I did to regain my sense of smell and taste. And no, it did not happen overnight. It really did not. Why do you think I was gone for 2 motherfucking years, bro? Yeah, so it's quite interesting because something like this, it's like, yeah, physically I looked fine, but it was internal. Do you know what I mean? Like I felt, yeah, like a piece of me was missing. It's so crazy. So I remember writing this thing and I just want to repeat it because it was like, it's a recollection of how I was feeling at the time. So I wrote, I don't know how to explain it. Eating food without being able to taste felt bland. I had no cravings. I had no desires. I didn't feel like eating any type of food because it's like that connection of smell and taste and desire was severed. It came to a point where I just ate for nutrition, as I didn't feel satisfaction from eating what was once a delicious meal. I was eating just to stay alive. Even like going to smell, the smell of coffee, like the memory of it was there, but I couldn't actually smell it. So it was like that correlation between desire and like a sense of smell or a sense of taste is crazy, right? Am I the only one that was tripping over this? But anyways, I was even crying over the fact that I couldn't smell my dog. I know it sounds weird, but like for me, Medusa's clean, so okay, so I need another sip. Okay, so how long did it take for me to recover my sense of smell? At least 6 months to be able to smell at about 40 to 50%. That was a long time. Now it is 2024 and I think I have fully gotten it back. It's interesting because certain things that I remember it smelling, like certain perfumes, do not smell the same as I remember them, if that makes sense. So I remember it smelling this certain way and now it smells different. Like my memory of it is different, if that makes sense. Guys, this is so crazy. What did I do to regain my sense of smell and taste? Because yes, like I've said before, they are directly connected. I took part in what is called olfactory training. So pretty much this is something that you do to retrain your senses for people that suffer brain damage, like if they've been in a traumatic experience like a car accident or something. This is an exercise that they actually give these types of people. So you get 5 different types of scents, preferably ones that you are familiar with, and you pretty much just spend like 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night, or 2 times a day pretty much, just smelling these senses and trying to, I guess, reconnect the pathways that have become severed in your brain. I just want to mention a couple of other things that can help building brain health. Things like eating more berries, like blueberries, raspberries, any kind of dark berries. Partaking in problem solving, example playing Sudoku or learning new skills. And regardless of if you're getting over a sickness, I still think that brain health is a very important thing. And the brain is actually one of the least studied and least understood organ within our body. Just an interesting fact that I found in my research. There was actually days where I was like crying. I was like, is this ever going to come back? Will I ever be able to smell again? Will I ever be able to taste again? That's pretty much a rundown of what's happened in the past 2 years. So yes, I know this was quite a long video, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this. And yeah, I am this is my promise to you that I will be uploading more with more intention, because I feel like I have done myself and you guys a disservice by not being my true self and not sharing my sometimes strange life with you guys. I don't know. Anyways, thank you so much. I really truly do appreciate every single one of you that actually do watch my videos and engage, comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends, share it with someone, be like, oh my god, look at this weird bitch, or I don't know, whatever you guys do. I truly do, I really do appreciate it. And I guess this kind of means that by you watching my videos, it's like you must see a part of yourself within me that you can relate to. Thank you so much. How do I usually finish this? Stay safe, stay blessed, peace. We done.